What is up, guys? My name is Neek, and I run a channel called BatCaveDom, and this is your official guide or tutorial on how to get a better connection in Black Ops 2. So, this is something a little bit more, how can I say? It's it's more extensive than just changing your search preferences to best, like Woody's gamer tag or your favorite commentator has said. Woody's probably the biggest channel and has the most views on how people thought if you just change it to best, your matchmaking, that you would get a better connection. Well, that is not the case. Woody ended up saying that was a placebo effect, but originally it wasn't a placebo effect for this straight reason. The best search preferences is meant for people with the best internet. If you have a beast internet, a good internet, like Woody does, because he has uploaded a lot of videos, that's why he was doing so well. But after he made that video, a lot of people started telling people to search in the best preferences, and that's where it went wrong. So the matchmaking is a problem right now. If you have a normal internet connection and you're searching in the best preferences, that is where the problem is located. So this video is to help you stabilize and get a consistent connection in Black Ops 2. So that pretty much is the problem when you're playing now. It's the matchmaking, and you're not having a stable, consistent connection when you're playing, and that's where the discrepancies come into place, and that's why you lag. So this video is specifically for the Xbox people. If you guys didn't see my PS3 video, it'll be linked on the screen. That's the first one I made. This one is for Xbox players. This video is a lot simpler than the PS3 one, so this will be your guide on how to get a better connection. And I can't say this enough, that there's no such thing as a fix for lag compensation. This is just a way to get your connection more stable and better, so when you play, it's the best experience possible. So you need to remember, if you have a 2-bar connection, you're not going to be playing like you're a superhero. So you got to remember that your connection is still important. You can't get around it. If you have a normal connection, play in normal game types, and that'll be your best bet on how to enjoy this game the most. So in this video, you'll be learning how to forward ports, opening up your ports, and pretty much selecting a better DNS server, which helps you connect faster to the host, and it's a better experience for you, and you will notice a better experience. So let's get started on the video right now. Okay guys, so you will go into your Xbox and go to your network settings where I am. So you're going to go to configure network. You're going to click A, and the first thing you see is the automatic IP address setup. So what I like to do is write this down and make it manual so it never changes. And this will be important to forwarding the ports. So the IP address that you see under IP settings, we need to know that specific IP address for forwarding ports. So when you go here, just write this down, open up a notepad file and write it down. The DNS settings that you see here will be changed. We'll be running a program called namebench, which will find the fastest DNS server for you. So this is a standard DNS server, but when you run that DNS server test, it's called namebench, it will find a faster DNS server. Typically it's a Google one, and that makes you receive packets and send packets a little bit faster, and in a game like Call of Duty, that's really important. Okay, so here is the namebench, and the link will be down in the description below, and you need to either download the one for Linux, Windows, or Macs. I'm Windows, so I'm going to download the Windows version, and it's like 5 megabytes. So you go ahead and download that, and you will run the program. Just so you guys know, this program takes about 3 to 5 minutes to run, and it'll find the best DNS server for you. And you have to remember, this is only for your console. Do not change your computer's DNS server to something like this, because just don't. Just for your console only. So make sure the top two are checked. Make sure all the settings are correct. This is on Chrome, but my default browser is Mozilla. So after you make sure everything's correct, run the benchmark test. Okay, so once you have run it and the program is finished, you'll get a screen like this, which will give you your primary server and your secondary server, which is something you need to write down because this will be what you put into the DNS server on your Xbox. So make sure you write this down because this is important. If you already have the fastest one, then you're good to go. And we'll go to the next step. Okay, so once you are back at your Xbox to configure network, you're going to change the DNS settings. So this is a common one that people use a lot of times. So go to manual and you're going to enter exactly what you saw in that screen. So sometimes it'll be like 88888, and of course put your dots in between. And make sure you set each one of these up manually. The next step is for the automatic IP address. You're going to want to change this to manual so it never changes. Make sure you have it written down exactly how it was. Okay, so next you will go to your wireless router, which is typically, you can Google yours. I have a Linksys, so mine is 192.168.1.1. I went to my MTU, as you can see on this screen. I put it to manual instead of auto, which is what it's typically at. So I leave it at manual and I put it to 1500 because that has worked best for me. And you can test around with it, see how you like it, but for me 1500 has worked the best. Next we'll go to the next screen, which is for forwarding the actual ports. And I will put the Xbox ports on the left hand side and in the description below. And as you see on my screen, I have a lot of different ports that I didn't list. That is because I have a PS3 and an Xbox, so I have them all in one, all on this screen. So it's pretty straightforward. You can either put the ports in if you only have an Xbox, or for the PS3, watch the PS3 version, or you could just copy my screen if you would like, and these are the exact ports you need to open. And remember, the IP address that we wrote down, you have to enter in and enable for each one to make sure the ports are being forwarded. And this pretty much makes sure your NAT type is open for one, which is important, but it also makes you connect to the game ports a lot easier than what you would if your firewalls are blocking it. So that is all you have to do, guys. It is pretty simple once you get it. You can show your friends this video, because I think if a lot of people actually do this and get the best connection and search in the right preferences, the game will play a lot better for everyone and people will be able to enjoy the game, because Treyarch did a really good job trying to listen to the community and make the game really good. And it just hasn't been done justice where people start comparing it to Modern Warfare 3 with the lag, but this will definitely help with it, guys. So feel free to share this video around, like, subscribe, and I will answer any comments below that you guys may have about the game. And this is a PS3 gameplay, just so you guys know, which doesn't play as smooth as the Xbox One, but with these settings, I would only imagine the Xbox would run completely flawlessly. I won't be getting my Xbox version of the game till this weekend, but I'm pretty sure you will be good to go. And there is my first knife kill in this game. I haven't been able to knife a person ever because of what seems to be this lag in the connection to host. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.